So pulled the cover off the turbo there, pulled the cover off of the downpipe, pulled the sensor out of that side right there, set the sunshine in the camera, pulled that out. And this one here, I thought that was a temperature probe, but it looks more like a NOx sensor or something or other. This might be the only temperature probe it's got. Pull that out. That's out of the EGR system. EGR up pipe. Then we'll pull these. Sun's right there shining in the shop. Pull these out, pull this off of there so that the up pipe comes off the EGR. And then we'll try to find what else is mounting that EGR in down in the bottom there. And then I guess that coolant line's got to come off. Since it's mounted right here, hopefully that has just to do with the EGR, because I'd rather not have to build a mount or have it hanging loose. So we'll see how that goes. So this little bracket here sits in right there on those two bolts. Bolts up the bottom side of the EGR right there and over there. Holds the EGR stable. Probably isn't going back in because I don't think it's going to mount to anything I need. So it'll be another piece of extra garbage unless there's something else that needs to mount there, like if they're going to clamp or something over to the downpipe maybe, but I doubt it. We'll see when it all goes. So, pulled these bolts out, 4 of them. And there I pulled out already. Pulled that block right out of there so I can get at it. Pulled the coolant line off of there and the front for the EGR cooler. This here hose was attached to the bottom of the EGR valve, so something to cool that valve down, I guess, keep it from overheating. Not gonna show up. Got a bolt out over there. This is the front of the EGR. Another one over there, if it'll right down there in the bottom. So EGR is, I believe, getting close to being loose. There'll probably be something holding it. Yeah, one right there in the inside yet. Get her right there in the middle. So I'm gonna try to get in there, get that out of the way so this intake horn can come out. Up next, I guess. In the corner of the EGR, straight down there in the valley. Pull that hose off there, and now this EGR cooler, plenty wobbly, so hopefully it will just clear everything and come right out. If I pull hard enough. Boy, a little bit of coolant in it. So there it is. Made a little bit of a mess, but it's out. I'm gonna dump this coolant into something so I don't make any more of a mess. But look at all the room we have. We could see the Y bridge. Here down there's the fuel pump. Man, oh man. It's like it's a baldy engine. So much space everywhere. Everywhere, eh?
Everywhere.
There's the little mechanic helper. He's working with his plates, making a rock mountain. Oh, don't hurt your hand. Oh, with the EGR out of the way, or EGR cooler out of the way, then the intake horn come off right bright and easy. Or the intake pipe into the turbo. Now that band clamp's free, so that's out of the way. Gonna start over here now, pull all of the glow plug wires off, and injector wires. They come up in this main harness, come down. You got a couple of these taped up that went to the EGR, split off and go to injectors, and glow plugs come off the same thing. So a little bit of a look at how it all went, so we can put it back together later. So working on this Duramax, I'm only a quarter of the way into this project. And I'm already sitting here thinking Ford is a lot nicer truck for working on. With the Ford, you need about 4 different sockets. Put them in your pocket and you're good to go. This Duramax uses every socket in the toolbox of every different size and every different length. You got every tool that you own laying somewhere. So just for an example, we've got a number 9 here, switches down to number 8 for that one, and that one on the glow plugs. Then you've got number 12. 13 holds this down. Then number 12 holds the thing together. Then you're using number 12 here, number 10. So far I've used number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14, then, 15 as well. Then you skip 16, go up to 17, then 18, then 21 is the sockets I've used so far. On a Ford, you just don't need that many sockets. So Chevy's a nicer truck to drive, but what a pain in the ass to have every tool in your set out on the bench while you're working on it. So glow plug wires mount on with this screw over here, and then on the front it goes in this hole here, but it's not a screw, it's just one of these Christmas tree plugs. Then that harness is loose and ready to go over. Besides this one right here. So we'll unplug that. See what else is hanging us up. Another one down there. Going down to the bottom. Gonna go down to the timing sensor, crank sensor, and not sure, crank sensor down there, maybe it. Not sure what the other one is, but we'll unplug them anyway. So those two plug-ins, and a bolt right there. Wires are down to the bottom. And looks like something else is splitting off of that. Oh, and a ground. Looks like right down there is a ground. Comes on that same cable, so we'll pull all that off and then throw that wiring harness over to the other side. Those two plugs and that ground wire and that little holder right there. Then the wire laid up right over here. It's laying over that side, but we've got this one coming off yet. Going down here. Got a plug-in going in here. And a couple of holders, and then this wire goes down wherever it's going to. Oi. Right to the back somewhere. So we'll see if we can unplug this one right here instead, actually, I think. So put this back on. And we'll unplug this plug-in right here. And then these wires, we'll see if they have to come off later. Some of them go here to the CP4. You can see it right in there if it would focus in the dark. Hooks up to the fuel pump, probably the metering valve. That's going to get changed later on. We've got a extra G performance metering valve to go in there. We'll deal with that after. So for now, we'll unplug this and then see what else has to be unplugged off this harness before it could just lay right off the side, and we'll get something to lay it on. Then over to the driver's side, unplug one right here. That's annoying. Push on that, pull that out of there. That plug in. Going into, it'll be a fuel pressure sensor, I would say. So do that. Then unplug this one here. Pull that out of the way. And this harness goes up here over to the turbo. Runs you on the front of the turbo, and this here will be your variable vane controller right there. I think it looks like that they do that the same way the Ford 6-liter does. So 2011 using Ford's 2004 technology, except they just did a better job with it. You actually can use that variable vane for a turbo brake instead of just using it there as a performance controller. So that goes there. What else we got? Another one. The ground wires goes to the cab. So we got this one here. Maybe a boost valve or boost meter goes in the turbo there. And then unplug this one. What else goes where? That'll be about it. Looks like there's another one of those Christmas tree things going in the head right there. So undo that, and then we'll see what we got to do over here to get this out of the way so we can finish pulling the rest of these wires off, which will be all the glow plug and injector wires coming off of this right here. This here, I realized this little plug in here is also held on with the Christmas tree thing through the manifold or the tappet cover there, so I'm gonna pry that one out and this one, so two of those combined.